Well, once again, we are live this morning here at the Netherland Inn in Kingsport for a very big morning. That opening ceremony, the kickoff ceremony, beginning at 11 o'clock this morning, really bringing history to life as we talk about Daniel Boone's historic 250-mile trek. And when you're talking about bringing history to life, it's always nice to have that history right here for us to really put everything into perspective. And you have the job today, I understand, of actually handing off that axe that we saw earlier.
That is correct. I do have that job of handing off the axe.
What's that like for you to be able to bring this history to life to kind of share with the next generation?
It's an honor, and it's something that I just really am so appreciative to the people here of Kingsport and for the Netherland Inn and everybody that's associated with this. As someone who, like Daniel Boone himself, lived in North Carolina for most of his life, I too am originally from North Carolina and now live in Kentucky, again very similar to Boone. So it's very much an honor to quite literally be walking in Boone's footsteps.
And you were telling me to kind of put things into perspective when this day was actually happening some 250 years ago, that he set out with quite a group, including women.
That's correct. He set out with somewhere between 35 axemen, including two ladies, one of whom was his daughter. Obviously, they probably were not the people who were cutting down the trees and marking the trace, but they definitely were there to help out with things such as cooking and other camp necessities.
As they made their way into Kentucky. Well, we thank you so much for being here. We're going to walk over here. We've got Keith Wilson here, of course, one of the organizers. You've been working hard on really kind of navigating that plan for the hikers.
It's a logistics nightmare, yes. Yeah, it's taken a lot. John Mealy, of course, is the primary leader of the group, but our portion was from Kingsport to Jonesville. And so we have probably in the neighborhood of 50 hikers signed up for that portion that'll take place from today. This is the kickoff day. It's been about a year in planning until May 2nd is when mine end. But there are events going along all the way till June 7th. And if you want to see what all's going on, there's a lot. Go to BooneTrace250.com, and that's a complete list of all the events that will be occurring over the next month and a half. It's going to be a terrific celebration for the 250th anniversary, so we appreciate you being a part of it, Amy.
Well, and of course that website, I love how detailed it is. It's going to be interactive. You can kind of follow it through. There's 46 different stops along the way. And I understand today we've got speakers that are going to be here. There's that ceremonial kickoff, and then those hikers are heading out.
Yeah, and they're going to show up in Boonesboro on June 7th and hand the axe off. And they're going to have a huge celebration there as well. So if you've got a chance, it'd be worth driving up to Boonesboro on June 7th to see it.
All right. Well, it is quite the significant hike. We want to talk to one of those hikers over here. We have Mike Todd here with us. And, of course, you talk about the hikers doing about 10 miles a day. But, Mike, here I understand you have signed up to do the actual trek, the 250 miles.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing all the days in Tennessee and Virginia and most of the days in Kentucky. And I've done a lot of long-distance hikes before. Typically, I have to travel far to do that, to Europe and England. What's nice about this, it's in my back door. And also, there's not only the history with Daniel Boone along the way, but I personally have several ancestors that grew up in the area. One actually died with Daniel Boone's son on the path, on the route. And then I had another relative that settled Gibson Station near Cumberland Gap that will be walking through there. Just tons of history. So it's going to be a great event.
Yeah, it's very personal to you, it sounds like.
Oh, yeah. When you can combine walking long distance with history, it makes it really special. And that's what this is doing better than any other one.
And, of course, you're very familiar with that terrain. Talk to us a little bit about the preparations for the hikers, what you're anticipating as you're setting out on this wilderness trail.
Yeah, I think, some of the long-distance hikes I've done before, you're walking like 20, 25 miles a day. This, we're doing like 8 to 10 miles a day. And we're doing a lot of it on roads, on the sides of roads, and so there's going to be some areas where you're going up some pretty steep mountains. It's going to be harder, but a lot of it's going to be pretty flat. Now, some of the days there's no space. Like today, we couldn't take any more people, but then there's other days that still we can take more people. So go to the website that Keith mentioned, and you can, if you just want to do one day, you can sign up for the one day and be a part of this. So please do that.
Yeah, it's really going to be a really neat experience. I did get to sign my name. So my name is going along on the 250-mile hike, which I was looking forward to. And again, they talked about that axe, that symbolic axe being handed off. And then, of course, the big ceremony happening there in Kentucky. Best of luck. I know you've got a big day ahead of you. As we mentioned, that opening ceremony, the kickoff, beginning this morning at 11 a.m. You can see the preparations now well underway for this historic event. Lots to talk about. You can check out the website for more information, BooneTrace250.com. We're back with more of Daytime right after this.